Coming to you live once again from the Flagami studio in Miami, Florida. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday! I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again. Very excited to be here, sharing this moment with you guys. We're once again doing two cameras here, just because it is more fun that way. And do I have my date correctly? Yes, on the time. It is 5:47. We're starting 13 minutes early, 5:47 p.m. Here on the east coast of the United States, which means it is 21:47 in Western Europe. And well, anyway, Lewis Clark, let me say this. Hey, all fellow Pelican heads, and Robert and Ely. Hi there, and Trailer Traveling. Hello there. Thank you, Lucky Duck Productions moderator, for moderating and always being here, keeping it clean. And Christopher Olson from the great land of Sweden. Next year we have to visit across the pond. Jerry Bell, hello there. Victor Torres. Hey, Robert, hopefully everyone is doing well at your home. Yes, we're fine. We're doing good here. You know, the sky turned super dark, and it was like the sky was falling earlier today. A lot of storms, but they are very localized. So actually, over here, not even a drop, I think. Jeffrey D. Bartolo, hello there. It rained here, but where I was earlier today, which was in Coral Gables at the post office, and I went to do something else. Oh, to return an Amazon package. There was nothing. Hello, Sebring, Florida. Hello, young Dave, an early start. Hey, y'all Pelican heads. Greetings from sunny and very warm San Jose, California, the heart of Silicon Valley down there. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm by the way, as the title of the video kind of suggests, I'm ready for Alaska. I got my Alaska bush pilot hat here, which I bought in Alaska when I was there in 2010. I have my Arctic Circle t-shirt that I bought in Fairbanks at the Arctic Outfitters back in 2010 when we did the Dalton Highway. And a couple of days ago, I got this on the mail. Yeah, it's quite the tome. I didn't know it was this big of a book, but this is supposed to be like the Bible of the Alaska highways. I think it covers like the Yukon territory in Canada and all that. So I have to do some homework here. It seems to be a little more involved than I was expecting. Don Rizzi, happy Friday from San Diego. Hope the injury is long past and you're up and ready to go. When I looked at the X-ray, it still looks like there's something there, like that wasn't there before, or something that was there before and is no longer there. But according to the orthopedic, I'm good. I'm good to go. And he said that I may feel discomfort for another 2 months. So yeah, I mean, I've been walking 1 to 2 miles. I've been trying every morning to walk 1 to 2 miles, to get back into shape, get that leg, in strength. To Shelly Han, hello, Robert, Ely, Alma, moderators, and all the Pelican heads. Happy Friday, everyone. What's to drink tonight? Oh, I'm glad you asked. And I was thinking of having a stiff drink, because back there I have that bottle of Jefferson bourbon that Winnebago gave to me, actually. Check it out. I showed it on Instagram and Facebook, and I already drank a little bit of it. They gave it to me 2 weeks ago, but it says Winnebago in the back. I may keep it as a memento, for Minitini 4. Which, by the way, I'm thinking, I'm today, yesterday, today, for a couple of days, I've spent, the days making a few upgrades, a few modifications, a few mods, if you will, a few accessorizing. And I think after I'm done, Minitini 4 is going to be by far my favorite Minitini. I mean, besides number one, and I'm not doing anything for the most part, anything permanent to it. Just hooks and dispensers, and I've changed the way they installed a Starlink. I changed a couple of things around, and also the Wi-Fi router, because they didn't provide for a way to, for some reason, they wired everything beautifully, but there's no switch. So at some point I would like to turn off Starlink if I'm under a tree, in order to save power. And sometimes my phone, my phone is dumb. Wait, why aren't you changing cameras? My phone here, that's the new Galaxy, but it's kind of dumb. And sometimes it just connects to the Wi-Fi router, even though there's nothing, there's no signal. It just likes that Vanguard for some reason. So, hello, Garces on the road. 40 degrees Celsius in the Philippines. That's kind of hot, man. Stay cool. Stay cool down there. Wolf Game, music and video. And I went down there to show you the Jefferson bottle. And Rambling Ruben in the Jefferson Reserve is the bomb. Yeah, that stuff is super smooth. Actually, we broke it open the first night in Minitini 1, but I've been kind of preserving it. So let me... by the way, I have a very old IPA there. Do you know if IPAs have like an expiration date? Let's open it up and see what it tastes like. I kind of had totally forgotten about this one. It's a black IPA from Stockyards Brewing Company in Kansas City, and I've had this in my fridge for almost a year. I mean, when did we go to Kansas City? That was like at the beginning of Lewis and Clark, right? Like June of last year, or maybe it was July. But anyway, we're gonna crack it open and see if it still has bubbles and if it still tastes like beer. And apparently it does. It looks like a Malta almost. Malta is like a Latin sugary drink, like a malty one. Yeah, it's still good. Tastes like beer. So cheers, everybody. Actually, I think I like it better than I did when I first tried it. This is not bad at all. A little too much head, but it'll go down. Now, another thing I wanted to tell you guys. Look what I've got here. That is a new sticker. And this is what I did. Yeah, I got new stickers with Minitini 4. And I don't think I've ever shown you this before. But up here, I have the collection. I have a I don't have one with Kia, unfortunately, but I have Colorado with Minitini 1, Colorado with Minitini 2, and now the new one, which is Colorado with Minitini 4, which, as I was saying, in the long run, I think it's going to be my favorite. In any case, I have some things here like William Brody celebrating 18 months as a chief Pelican head. Hello, Robert. Stay warm in Alaska. I think for the most part, and the time of the year that I'm going to Alaska is not going to be like cold Alaska. But if we do decide to go up north, and I have something to show you later, I'm going to wait until 6 or 6:15 or something. It's I kind of already made a map of what I want to do. Daniel Ruiz, thank you for that super chat. Here's to you, Robert, drinking my son-in-law's homemade Barbara We won a gold medal at the California State Fair for it last year. It's so good with pasta. No, Barbara, it's or Barbara. Cheers to you and everyone watching. Thank you, Daniel. Cheers to you. Actually, I'm thinking after the chat, we're gonna Ili and I we're like in the mood for wine, so we might. That's good. Cajuns across America. We got about a foot of snow here in Uray this week, and a couple of days later, it's almost melted. Yeah, weather is crazy. And Uray, by the way, beautiful town. I can't wait to go back. I'm trying to see something here. In any case, Dylan Reynolds is here. Is that a cerveza negra, Robert? Well, it's called the Black IPA, so I suppose it is a cerveza negra. Yeah. It's pretty good. The only thing is I'm getting a little hungry, so I have to take it easy with that beer. Ricky Castillo, Robert Ricky from Tampa Bay, Florida. Question: how those solar panels work in the RV? For the most part, they work well. I mean, the thing with the solar panels when they're flat, even if you have like I have right now 400 watts, you're never gonna get 400 watts because the sun it's hardly ever coming down straight, and it all depends. It's but they work well. They work well. It's unless you have like thousands of like 1,000 watts, it's still a trickle charge. It's not gonna, especially if you use computers or that 12 volt refrigerator. Those things consume power all the time. So yeah, it's gonna recharge those batteries during the day, but at night it's gonna deplete them back again. So. But they work well. They work as advertised. It's good. And I'm thinking if I'm gonna do some boondocking, I'm thinking of getting like one of those external panels that you can connect to the side of the rig, and then that one you can orient, do south, so they get the most sunshine. I'm free in my RV wherever I want to be. That's true, sir. And here we have Kalani does everything. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you. Can you make a cookbook? I could. The problem with my cooking book is that I don't really measure things. I just make it instinctively, and it never comes out the same. But rule of thumb, paprika, oregano, and a little bit of cumin, dash of cumin. But I might do that. All kidding aside, I might do that sometime. If I just have to make the time for that. Rambling Rumor. I've been making wine for about 40 years. We'd love to share a bottle with you and Illy someday. I would love that. We love wine, by the way. And we were thinking about wine because we got a box of Bright Cellars today. I'm doing one of those commercials for them in one of the next the videos, and she's like, can we open one of them? No, I have to film it. So, but anyway, William Irizarry, happy Friday. Robert, Alien, Mom, Pelican Heads around the world. Is Mom here? Mom wasn't feeling very well. She just came back from a long trip, and yeah, she's very tired this week. Isn't that a saying? You Ray or the highway? Well, it does rhyme. So, Darlene Barcelo, hello, and the RV DJ is here. Hello, Robert and Lily, thank you, and Yahaira Marchetti. Hi, Robertico, greetings from Wynwood, Florida. Hugs and kisses to Ili, Mama, and everyone in the chat. Thank you, Yahaira, and Odie, and Wynwood, huh? We're gonna have to make a trip to Wynwood. I already filmed Wynwood when I went with Mr. CLT, but I gotta do a couple of walking videos in Miami before we go to Alaska. So I just have a little more content because I have a feeling that I'm gonna fall behind, and I don't have as much buffer as I used to do. I heard the mosquitoes in Alaska are the state bird. Let me show you what I got. And I've had this for 10 years, 13 years since our previous trip to Alaska. But, I kept it. And now we're going to be able to use it again. So, this is our mosquito protection right here. It's very fashionable too, I think. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? So as you know, as you can see, we are kind of ready for the big Alaska trip. Well, we're not ready, but a couple of nights ago, we spent a couple of hours, kind of planning the route. Robert, while you are at Alaska, that's Lewis Clark. What are you going to do over there? Well, we're gonna see many things. Try to see many things. See bears. See the nature. Alaska is all about the nature. What do you use to plan your trips? I've been using Google Maps. Google Maps is great. It's the best thing. But let me show you what I have actually. And then I went to the post office today, so I have some mail to share with you guys. So, for example, this is what I use, and this is kind of the plan. Can I do like picture in picture? There we go. Hey, look at that. And this is kind of the what I use is roadtrippers.com, and I have the premium membership. They've never been a sponsor or anything like that, but I like using them. And this is pretty much the route. Yeah, of course, this is Dead Horse, Alaska here at the very top. I don't know if we're going to make it to Dead Horse, Alaska or not, but I would like to. Maybe we'll drop the trailer at Cold Foot, which the road from Fairbanks to Cold Foot is fairly good. It's mostly paved nowadays. We did that same road in 2010. We might go. There's a campground a little farther north called Marion Creek, and we might drop it there. And I would love to go back to at least to the Arctic Circle, right? So that's kind of the trip, and I didn't take the quickest and shortest route, and I mean it all depends on how early we get to depart and all that. Which, by the way, I think I skipped Jeffrey Reese. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you. Cheers and happy Friday to all the Pelican Head Nation from Jeffrey and Sandra in Carson City, Nevada. We have to make it back to Nevada. Casita RV Live, you're gonna need the hat. Hello, yeah, thank you. Jen on Wheels, fashionable. Yeah, isn't it great? B Netting, awesome. Question: when will you be leaving for Alaska? Soon, in late May. In the 20-something of May, most likely, but. Fashionable, but it won't protect your arms. I'm gonna try to wear long sleeves for the most part. And there's also bug spray. I think that the mosquitoes in Alaska are used to bug spray already, but we're gonna try it. Hopefully it'll work. And 61 Caddy on Route 66 celebrating 4 months of Chief Pelican Head. When will you be crossing into Oklahoma City? Meetup planned. I don't have a meetup planned. Oklahoma City. I have that on a different. Hold on. I'll let you know right now. Amaranto Cabrera, happy Friday. Glad you're finally making your Alaska trip become a reality soon. Say hello, Scarface. To Illy from Natty and I. Hello. Say hello to my little friend. And everybody say hello to my mom. Hello, everyone. Greetings to the viewers and to the production moderators. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Love, Mom. Everybody say hello to Mom. And I wanted to go back here. Casita RV Live. I have to text you about that wheel cover. I need some information. How many nights is that on the way up? It's about a month. I have a calendar that I'm not gonna be able to share with you entirely, but let me see here real quick. Do, 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 do. No, it's May. May. We're gonna call it. Let's call Oklahoma City sometime like the 27th, 28th of May. I don't have a meetup planned. I don't know if we're going to be able to do a meetup. But if we do, it's going to be around those dates. Sandra Winters, thank you for that super chat. Good evening, Traveling Robert. It's Sandra Winters from Carson City, Nevada. Happy Friday. We got a new car on Wednesday. Well, congratulations. Congratulations on the new car. Angela is already working on several designs. Thank you, Casira. I was thinking something simple, similar to what I have, like free in my RV. And instead of my website or anything like that, just at Traveling Robert, because now everybody uses the at the beginning. So, and if maybe I can send you a silhouette of this, and maybe you can do something about. Well, I don't know. Use your creative muscle. I'm sure it's gonna be great. So actually, before I forget, hold that thought, and let me show you what I got on the mail today. And this one, of course, from our friend Steve Gibling, eyeglasses guy. He always sends me something funny. And this one comes with a super check, super cash. And this one, sometimes a card will make your whole day, if not your whole year. And then this is not that card. So thank you, Steve Gibling, and he of course wrote me a letter. And he was, of course, at the last Miami meetup. And I really hope we can make another Miami meetup soon. So, Pelican in the middle, traveling. Pelican in the middle would work too, actually. Yeah, I like that idea. Mercy de la O, thank you for that super chat. And we've got Sandra Winters. Thank you for that super sticker. Yes, thank you. And we have a Domo Arigato, Mr. Robot. This one comes from Los Osos, California, which is very close to the Mr. 305. And this is a gentleman from Los Osos, California. He's written to me before. And of course, he wrote me a nice letter. And but we have a new term here now. This is called super card. So he sent me a super card. So thank you, Richard. If you're watching. And let me get my super caches organized here. Give me a sec. Okay, this one already. And then we have this one. It's a large envelope here, and we've got all kinds of good stuff. And here's a card and some pictures. And a nice letter, and Olympic Bridge in Ocoee, Tennessee. She sent me a bunch of pictures, very nice actually, about places in Tennessee. And I think I've been by Ocoee, Tennessee at some point. I've been to so many places sometimes. It's and this is a very nice letter. Yeah, this one comes from Letitia Carver from Tennessee. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. By the way, there's only a few weeks of window of opportunity if you want to send me something to the P.O. Box. Please do not send me something after mid-May because I'm not going to be able to get it. But if you do, it's somewhere here. If you do, that's my P.O. Box. If you want to Send me a letter, postcard, super cash, anything you want. Uh, and that's it. Let me turn that off here real quick, and let me see what I've been missing here when it comes to. Oh, I'm getting hungry. But Barry81 Jones, thank you for that super chat. Let me see that foot. I'm almost back to normal, guys. If I sit down for a long time when I get up, yeah, it hurts for like 30 seconds, a little bit. But it's like when you go to the doctor and they tell you on a scale from 1 to 10, it's like 0.5. It's not even like a hurt. It hurt. My Petaway Live super sticker. Thank you for that super sticker, and it's a thinking face. Have you been to the Museum of Science in Boston from Mr. Colin McSherry? No, I have not. Did someone text me? No, this phone gets all. When I change phones, I turned on all notifications. But eventually, I'm gonna have to turn a few of them off because sometimes it is a little too much. We need more cowbell. Yes, we do. I have a cowbell somewhere back there. I should bring it out. Randomly awkward. Hey, Robert, we just drove from Florida to Pennsylvania and back this week. There was a. We have a new executive producer in Patreon, so thank you. It's Nancy Van Potter. If you're watching, thank you. And I totally lost my train of thought. This week from Florida, Pennsylvania, one smell of a campfire got me wanting to camp. Then I got cold. Well, yeah, it's still kind of chilly up there, isn't it? Just saying a quick hello from Maxine Oliver. Hello and happy Friday to Robert, Mom, Ely, and everyone. I'll do my best to hurry back soon. Okay, thank you for being here. Dylan Reynolds question: if you visit Toronto, are you planning to check out the CNE? What's the CNE? I've been to the CN Tower. I haven't planned that part of the trip yet. Actually, I was going to show you my plan. So let's alternate between Alaska and chatting with you guys. And the young RVers, hello, Robert, scratching our itch to hitch. We're at a KOA in Baton Rouge. I want to go back to Baton Rouge. Seems like a cool town. Planning a trip to Hershey, Pennsylvania later this summer. So I hope you enjoy the sweetness of PA. Well, we're going for the Hershey RV show for sure. Hi, Robert. How would you compare Colorado to New Hampshire? I mean, they're like kind of totally different. There's mountains, of course. I'm sorry, but the mountains in Colorado are just there's no comparison. So, traveling road, when you are going to Alaska, don't forget your hiking boots so you don't break your ankle again. From Sandra Winters, Carson City, Nevada, and I'm thinking also. And these are historic, by the way. Let me show you. This climbed Angel's Landing in the snow a couple of years ago. I'm taking this too, and I'm buying a pair for Ely as well. These are the spikes that you put on your shoe, on your hiking shoes. Just in case, we have to walk on a glacier, it might happen. It could happen. So I've got these two together with my mosquito nets and all that. Hello, Mr. Red Jaguar, and to my family, Traveling Robert, Pelican Head family, and to my thank you for being here, brother, and hope to see you. Hopefully, I'll see you in Hershey later this year. I have a bunch of stuff that I've been taking out of my storage back there. I have a big mess back there, but anywho. Ooh. Hello, Christy Biman. Hello to you and Neely Safe Travels. Love watching. Thank you so much. And Amaranto Cabrera, would you do a Miami meetup before leaving for Alaska? I'm really hoping. I believe. By the way, Sandra Winters, thank you for becoming a chief pelican head. And it doesn't let me put it on the screen. Here we go. Thank you. I'm really hoping. I think Mr. CLT is planning one, so I would love to do a meetup here in Miami. So we'll see. Baton Rouge, check out the old Capitol building. Fantastic stained glass dome ceiling. Yeah, it looks like an old castle. I unfortunately, I spent very little time in Baton Rouge, but when I went, I saw the new Capitol building, which is like a skyscraper, and then by the kind of closer to the river, you get to see the old one. I wanna spend some time there. Um, any plans for Mexico in the future? Yes, Mexico, and we're gonna do it with Mini Tini One next early next year. Early next year. Pedro Ruiz, thank you for that super chat. My wife and I retire at the end of May. We've been teachers for 29 years. We want to mimic your trip to Alaska next summer. Well, this is what I'm doing, and by the way, thank you, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Reyes, thank you for becoming a chief Pelican Head, and welcome to the group. And especially now that I'm gonna be traveling, one of the big perks of the chief Pelican Heads, you get to follow me almost real time. I'm gonna be posting videos almost daily. I call them Pelican Head updates, and I show you exactly where I am in the world. Natalie Driscoll, hey Robert, leaving for the USA tomorrow. Hey, congrats until the 27th of June. Well, you're gonna get here on the 27th of June. I know it's a long trip, but it doesn't take too. That's one of those flights that is like probably the longest flights that you can make, right? Anyway, hopefully we can make it to a meetup. If you have one or cross paths, can you do one that is not in Miami as well? Yeah, what we're thinking, and let me show you the map again. Oops, no, I pressed the wrong button, and this is gonna be like late May, early June, early June. We're gonna. I just don't want to drive cross country just to make it to the border as quickly as possible. I want to visit some places that where neither I or Healy have been, like Birmingham, Alabama. A couple of years ago, we went to see that Vulcan statue on top of the hill, but that's all we did. There's hot springs in Arkansas. We haven't really done much in Arkansas. Oklahoma City. I liked Oklahoma City when I was there, so I want Illy to see it. I just put like a token here. We want to explore the Oklahoma Panhandle. And these are just Great Sand Dunes National Park. If we have time, this is not a must, but if we have time, we want to do a couple of things in Colorado. Maybe Pikes Peak, Great Sand Dunes, and whatnot. Rock Springs, Wyoming. That's just a placeholder because I want to come to Jackson. Oops, it thinks that I want to come here. No, remove. And we're just gonna drive by the Tetons, but we're gonna visit Yellowstone, at least for a day or two. Ely has never seen Yellowstone. We have to time it right, and then we're gonna cross the border around here, and then of course there's Banff and Jasper. And then it's just all the main attractions. Dawson Creek, there, right? That's where they take the classic Alaska highway route all the way to Fairbanks. This part of the Dalton Highway is gonna be a bonus. That's if we have time, if we can make it. And then there's the actual Alaska trip, which is from Fairbanks. These are all the points of interest we're gonna go. Homer, Toke, or Toke, I believe is here. Valdez, we're gonna spend some time in Anchorage and do day trips, and of course this is Denali. This is the main area where we're gonna spend most of the time, and then here Dawson City, and then here if we have the time, I would love to I would love to go up the Dempster Highway all the way to Tuktoyaktuk, and on the way back taking the not the Alcan, the Cassiar Highway. I would love to visit this town called Hyder, Alaska, which is it's one of the few places in this area of Alaska, or the only one that you can drive in, and there's like a border and all that, but there's like nobody there. But yeah, it's an interesting geographical oddity, and as you know, I like those. And that's kind of the plan from where I stand right now. And then from here, the idea is to take the Trans Canada. So, Vancouver, Victoria, Calgary, I think, I forget exactly if we're gonna, I think it's down here, we're gonna do Winnipeg, and then I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it all the way down to Ontario, but I hear like northwestern Ontario is a very nice area to visit. So I'm thinking that, I mean, we have to go down to Toronto to visit Dylan Reynolds, right? So we're gonna have to make it down to Toronto and then do the same trip I did back in 2013 with Ely, Brian, my parents, everybody was there. Do like Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City, and then maybe we might not make it to Quebec City. I would love to make it to all the way to at least the Bay of Fundy, so we can see Radus to Farauk, and then come back down to Hershey, Pennsylvania. That's kind of the plan. And as you guys know, you make the plans so that you can change them. So nothing is written in stone here. And we're gonna see as much as possible and share with you guys as much as possible. Van Girl, Cheryl, thank you for that super chat. Thank you. And happy travels, you say. Thank you so much. Ingrid, you may really enjoy the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum in Birmingham, Alabama. I keep getting notifications here. Even the building has an impressive work of art. So it's called the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum. I'm going to add that to my map right now, because that's when I'm at the place. No, Barber Motorsports Parkway, that's not it. Vintage Motorsports Museum. I'm gonna check it out. Like once I'm in the place where I wanna be, then I check all the little stars that I have around me, and that's really how I planned the final step of the trip. TTT, thank you for that super chat. Traveling Robert, any plans for a short half-day cruise to of Kenai Fjords? Yes, definitely. Definitely, we're gonna do that. I believe the boats depart from Seward. I have a lot of stuff written down. It's not in my head right now. Actually, in my calendar. That's where I have that stuff better prepared, and and of course that's all gonna be July is gonna be the brunt of our trip there. Yeah, there's the Kenai in Homer. There's a lot of stuff that we're gonna do in Homer. And in Seward, yeah, the fjords, yeah, that's gonna be from Seward, and I have 3 companies already looked at that. We're gonna make all those reservations within the next week. Just okay, beware that the Alaska Sabine just Watchmuth. Beware that the Alaska highway crossing into Alaska right now is in very poor shape. Our friends just returned with their motorhome to their house in Fairbanks. Well, hopefully they'll fix it by the time I get there, which is going to be mid-June. Hopefully it'll be in better shape. Otherwise, we'll just take it slow, as we usually do. Stay at Trinidad State Park in Colorado. Trinidad from Natalie Driscoll. Let's add that to the trip. I'm gonna add it anyway. We may not do it this trip, but I see it looks nice. It's like an. We are not gonna be able to do it on this. Actually, yes, we are. It's right after the yeah. Okay, I'm adding that to the trip. Yeah, definitely. It's along our route. Jordi Cairo, thank you for that super chat. Hi, Robert. Did I hear you say you're going to have a meetup in Oklahoma City? I might be able to drive up from Frisco, Texas, and get to meet you. I don't know. We're going to be in Oklahoma City. I'm not promising a meetup yet. Jim, hi to all. In case I do not catch your comments live. Hey, Jim from Ohio is here. Oh, man, this... I'm getting so many messages and notifications. I have to start turning off notifications on this new phone little by little. A question: how much solar does your rooftop panels get on the Mini? I have 400 watts up there. It's kind of hard to tell how much they get because I haven't really boondogged on it yet. But I'll probably get about 300 on a good day just because the sun is never like you never get the 400. I mean, that would be like super optimal conditions. Sorry about that. That beer is good. Henry Kosovsky, when you go to Alaska, I see you crossing the most obvious border crossing. You should cross into Alaska at the most in the weatherly border crossing in the United States, like Gold Yukon. You should cross into Alaska at the most in the weatherly border. Really? I don't see it here on my maps. No, I see Weatherly, Pennsylvania. I don't know. More research shall go into this. Okay, Jim again. I'm going back in the chat here, by the way. We'll have to catch a reminder later. Must check back outside to work. Lots of time last week. Had to make a trip to Maryland for funeral. Sorry we could not meet up when you were in Indiana. Yeah, Indiana was kind of hectic too, so that's why I kind of didn't make an effort. But we were really close, especially on the way back. And I was also very close to the traveling Buckeyes, and I really wanted to call them and hang out, but it was just a quick up and down. And this is the thing: I had a sponsored stay in the Smoky Mountains, and then I had to be here on Monday for my follow-up appointment. So. Yeah, you know how it is. If you have time on your Alaska trip, from Daniel Salm T. Arañas, could you please explore the state capital, Juneau? We're not going to be able to make it to Juneau this time around. Juneau, as you know, is not linked to the rest of the state by any highways. We're not going to do the Maritime Highway. So, anyway, I miss old Kia. Thank you for that super chat. Robert, recent rainy weekend gave me a chance to rewatch the multi-hour trip to the West video. Loved it, especially the California lemon incident. You are appreciated. Thanks. You know where the state capital is? You're a funny guy, Jim. You're a funny guy. By the way, the other day I found this picture. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh man, it's gonna be a what's it called? In the haystack. But I was looking for something. Yeah. It's gonna be one of these. Yep. Let me know if you recognize. For those of you who remember old Kia. Oh, by the way, let me read the message. On a recent rainy weekend, gave me the chance to rewatch multi-hour trip to. Oh, I already did the lemon incident. Let me know if you remember. Oh, but you haven't seen this, but this was in 2004. Kia looks the same. The owner may have changed a bit. That was the day after I bought old Kia in 2004. So I thought, I found that I was looking at some picture. I don't know what I was looking for, but I found that one, and I thought it's. You may take lemons into Alaska. What about Canada? I don't think you can even take booze to Alaska. So it's the IPAs are gonna have to be bought as soon as we cross the border in Banff, or maybe in Calgary. Are you making a stop at the Signpost Forest in Watson Lake? Absolutely, definitely stopping there. Yes. Prescott Lynch, R.I.P. Kia, killed in action. Yeah, well, kind of. Traveling Rubber was the sponsor stay with our mutual friends campground. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Keith Ratchet, as I was looking at the Winnebago website checking out RVs, guess who I saw? Traveling Rubber along with some other ambassadors. Pretty cool seeing each ambassador's RV they represent. Yeah. And yeah, they actually, we showed up. I think it was an article in the Winnebago Live blog. Filippo, hi Robert, good to see you. It's been a while, Filippo. Filippo is, I think you're one of the ones that been since the early days. Robert, any travel videos to upload on Sunday? Yeah, this Sunday is actually, and it's a premiere, so you can see the thumbnail already. This Sunday is gonna be the big. I mean, if you follow me on social or in the shorts, you've seen it. But it's gonna be the big video about Minitini 4, and I was able to get a factory tour at the factory there in Middlebury, Indiana. So, yep. Cajuns across America. I like your long hair back in the day, and that long hair was kind of short-lived. It was like from 2011 to 2012. Really, it was like a couple of years. It was a time where I was not working a day job. I was like a full-time musician, and I'm like, if there's ever a time when I'm gonna be able to pull this off, it's now, because I was already, a little, clearing there on the top. Not as much hair, and I still had most of my dark hair. So David Evans, have you ever pulled a single axle trailer? What do you think? I have never pulled a single axle trailer. Nope. So I wouldn't know. Robert, would you fly the airplane from Florida to Alaska on your trip? No, we're driving. We're driving the whole way. I might fly a plane, and this is something that is not on that plan that I showed you, and I can never remember the new name. It used to be called Point Barrow, but I know in Alaska a lot of things have changed names, and it's the northernmost point in America, and it's called. I mean, the new name doesn't really roll off the tongue like Point Barrow. It's called Utqiagvik. I think that's how you pronounce it, Utqiagvik. And I don't mind that they changed Mount McKinley to Denali, but Utqiagvik is kind of, it feels like it is something in Norway or something. Brandy Williams, thank you for that super chat. Thank you, and happy Friday to you as well. Let me backtrack here a little bit. 61 Caddy on Route 66. Lemons or Lemondale allowed cross the border. Allowed cross the border. I don't think they allow anything that is kind of alive crossing the border. I'm gonna cross that border as empty as possible. Especially after you tell them you're a YouTuber and you're towing a loaner trailer, it could raise all kinds of bells in their head. So I'm gonna try to be as inconspicuous as possible. Young Dave, Robert, do you have a checklist of all the things you need to bring on the trip? What's the most important expensive thing you have forgotten or left behind? Well, on the last trip, I forgot a cell phone booster because I have the portable one by King, and yeah, that's on that last particular trip. That was the one thing that I always forget something. I don't have don't do as I say. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. I don't really have a checklist because knowing me, if I had a checklist, I would forget to check things off the checklist. It would, yeah. So at the place where I rented it was a Ford Escape that I rented in what's the alcohol content of that black IPA? LOL, do you think I'm getting tipsy? This is the thing. I had a very light lunch, and it's only 7%, which is not. It's on the medium size. It's not like 13. You get some double IPAs that are like 13, whatever. The 7 is not that strong. Henry Kosovsky, I meant you should cross into Alaska at the United States most northerly border, crossing Little Gold, Yukon. It's way better than the Alaska Highway border crossing, and I cannot recommend enough. Is that the one on the top, going the top of the world highway? So let me see. No, that's not it. Yeah, I could do the one that goes into Chicken, Alaska, right? Is that the northernmost? Yeah, Little Gold. I see it. I was thinking about that one, but I was thinking also like my first. Can I show this? I was thinking like my first time crossing Alaska. I want to do like the actual, yeah, Little Gold right here. I want to do like the whole Alcan from Dawson Creek all the way to Fairbanks. On the way back, we're doing that border crossing, the one that goes through Chicken and whatnot. So. And here I am, optimistic me, thinking we're gonna do this, many times. Like, this is probably a once in a lifetime trip, and it all depends on many things, of course. Sandra Winters, traveling Robert. We are leaving for San Diego, 9th, 16th of July, and SeaWorld from Sandra Winters from the Silver State. Well, enjoy San Diego, and Jim in DC. Oh, you're talking to the other Jim. Never mind. How many Cubans in Alaska? Maybe a handful. I'm sure there's more than a handful of us up there. Yeah, Cubans are spread all over the country, all over the world, really. I don't know if they have a Cuban restaurant. That would be a good thing to find out. Mike M, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. I know when we were in Fairbanks 10 years ago, we passed a car that was playing very loud Dominican merengue music. So, yeah, it's I'm sure Alaska is as cosmopolitan a place as any. There's a place where there's a lot of jobs, good paying jobs, just because nobody wants to be there sometimes in the winter. So, young Dave in Brooks Falls on the Alaska itinerary, I see the bears catching fish there. Yeah, Brooks Falls is part of the plan for sure. It's a once in a lifetime trip. Take your time and enjoy every moment. Yeah, this one is one that I really do not want to have to rush back to the lower 48. I want to spend, see as much as possible. Are you gonna search out gold mines from Barry 81 Jones? I don't know. if they have like a tour of a gold mine where you can go underground and whatnot, I might do that. But I'm not really into like gold panning on that thing that sometimes the salmon should be great in Alaska. Yes, I'm looking forward to eating salmon, reindeer. Last time I was there, I ate reindeer and I was like, or was it caribou? I think caribou and reindeer are the same species. It's just one is domesticated, the other one isn't, right? So from Bob Leach, will you visit the Past Lives Pavilion while in Alaska? I have no idea what that is, but now I'm going to add it to the map. I've noticed now. Are you sure that's the thing? I don't see it on my Google Maps. No, it's taking me to Pavilion Grill in Boca Raton. No, there's something wrong. I'll figure it out. Robert, do you have reservations to drive off Pikes Peak yet? They're going fast. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be there. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it to Pikes Peak. Maybe I should do it, but... are you going to do any fishing in Alaska? Probably not. Probably not. That's an it's an experience that you can do. I might take a fishing trip, but I'm not really. I would love to get into fishing, but the best part I like about fishing is eating the fish. I guarantee you, I'm gonna eat a lot of fish when I'm there. Nancy Reynolds, hello, Robert. My husband and I flew from Fairbanks to the top of the world in Fort Yukon in 2005. Also went to Denali and many of the other places on a land and cruise trip. Enjoyed your Alaska trip. Thank you. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. And Mark Duran, greetings to you too. I would love some king crab. I don't think I've ever eaten king crab. Reindeer burgers should be great. Yes. I had actually it was Ili's birthday in 2010. We went to this place in Fairbanks called the Pump House. I hope it's still there. And she had the salmon. I had the reindeer. No, I didn't have reindeer. I think I had. It may have. Yeah, I think it was reindeer. I also had reindeer in Finland. That's why I'm getting confused. So. Campsite are tough to get in Banff. Jasper, have you already booked? Nope, I haven't booked anything. Because this is the thing, I don't know. Hold on, let me turn something off here. I don't know exactly where but I'm confident something will show up. If anything, we'll try to boondock somewhere. We'll figure it out. But I haven't made any reservations yet. But this week I am gonna make most of the reservations. I'm not too worried about where to spend the night. I'm sure you can always find a place where you can boondock for the night. I mean, not so certain in Canada, but I'm sure there has to be places. And the farther north you go, the less warm it's going to be during the day. So it should be perfect for boondocking. And in Minitini 4, we can do a couple of days, no problem. William Brody, will you go crabbing while there? It's not in the plans, but I don't know, maybe. Hey, MT Mikey from Billings, Montana. Hello there. We may or may not mooch dock. I don't have Billings in my itinerary just because we want to take a different route. So I know we were gonna. Let me go back to Montana because I want to go to Yellowstone. And since I want to go to Yellowstone, we may not be able. Billings is kind of like around here-ish. So, or here-ish, actually. So, we're thinking of taking a more westerly route. I've been to Yellowstone, but Ely has never seen it and has never been there. So, we're going to do like the highlights, Yvette Caraballo. Robert, once you get into fishing, you get hooked. Our little granddaughter loves going fishing with us. You should try it while in Alaska. Nothing better than fresh fish. Absolutely. And I know they have fishing trips. We might do it. We might do it. I mean, it all depends on how much time we have and how far in advance you have to reserve those, because we don't really want to micromanage and plan to as much, if you know what I mean. Do you have a generator? If so, one kind. I still have my old Champion. I would love to get me one of those Honda 2000s. They're so quiet, but what happened to the beer? That was really good. Mm. Daniel, I don't think there are any COVID restrictions at the moment, but I'll check. The days get longer the farther north you go. Do you have blackout shades, or is that even necessary? Yes, I do. Actually, Minitini 4 has blackout in the bedroom. There's only one that doesn't have blackout, and Adam told me that they were just on back order and they were gonna send me one, and I should be able to install it easily. Is the one in the dinette. But if worst comes to worst, to sleep, the two shades in the living room are blackout, and then we have that curtain that should take care of most of the daylight. In fact, once we get to Fairbanks, it never gets dark. Taurus Sun 222, you're so lucky to be able to live the life of a nomad. Yes, yeah. Sometimes I complain. Like everybody, right? You have to, but it's a. Um, we're definitely living the RV dream here. Hold on. 636 of you watching, and it went up to 644. Wow, we have a big audience today. Uh, what's your time frame for the trip? Well, we intend to be in Fairbanks on for the Midnight Sun Festival. So we're gonna be there around the solstice, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and check out all the festivities. They have like a midnight baseball game where they don't turn on the lights, and then the following Saturday they have the Midnight Sun Festival, which is just like a festival. They have live music and street vendors and all that kind of stuff. It's a fun festival. We were there in 2010. Um, Christian McNeil, greetings from Des Moines, Iowa. Cooper 5, Colton 3, River 2, and Cruz 1. We love you. We watch all your content. Oh, thank you. El Mandalorian. Good idea to stop at Yellowstone. Illy needs to check it out. I'm going to try to stay at the campground up in Gardner and then at least explore the northern half of the park, which is probably the best part. Mark Durening, Robert, don't forget my shot glass from Alaska. If you need an address to mail it, or if you want to stop by Louisville on the return trip, I can pay you for the shot glass. Thanks in advance. You're welcome. If we can do it, we'll do it. How long do you think the whole trip will take? Probably around 3 months. I don't know. It's gonna be like almost a month getting there, at least a month there, and then a month getting back. I don't know. I may not even come back to Miami after the Hershey RV show. I mean, it's I'm gonna be up there far away, so we'll see. That beer glass had a hole in the bottom. Yeah, either that or it evaporated. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. All right, let me reset the chat here. Robert, we need a new sticker. Placed an order last week. Oh, I think we just got this today. I think I sent you the old sticker, but I'll send you one of these two. This is the latest version. This must be approaching an all-time viewer record for the live stream. Well, the record is we hold the record the day that I reached 100,000 subscribers. Which, by the way, we are getting close to the. Let me see what Social Blade says. just because I don't want to leave my. Why is my Chrome acting up today? We're gonna reach 250,000 soon here. Oh, thanks to you guys. We're at 245, so I'd say within a month and a half we should reach 250,000, and that's gonna be a big celebration. We'll probably do it from maybe from Fairbanks, Alaska. Hello from Cleveland, Georgia. Hello, Mr. Stephen Louie, and love the new one as well. Thank you, Garces on the Road 96, more than 600 viewers. How much clothes do you bring on a trip like that? Well, that's the good thing about having an RV, that you don't have to be limited to a carry-on or something like that. I'm gonna bring, it's gonna be like, even in Alaska. I mean, in the dead of summer, it could get to 80 degrees. It's rare. It's gonna be in the 70s probably during the day. Then it drops at night. I'm gonna bring like one good winter coat for when we go to the Arctic. I'm gonna get a couple of hoodies, and then jeans and t-shirts for the most part. We'll see. Gary made the danger with Alaska. You might not want to leave, and that's the first winter will kill the Florida boy. Actually, I would love to go to Alaska on a winter, and experience that time of the year where it never, it's nighttime all the time. So. And by the way, I want to stay in Alaska long enough so it gets dark. And I have it here on my calendar, like the most. And as you can see, I'm thinking. Okay, best. I added a range of days, kind of based on where we're going to go. And when the sunrise and sunset, which is going to be the best time to witness the northern lights, because it has to get dark for you to witness northern lights, and it's going to be kind of in mid-August, hopefully. So yeah, mid-August, we're still going to be somewhere up there. Alan Chitwood, hello there from Manteca. Come to the Central Valley of California, 91 today and 64 Monday. There you go. It's yeah, that's a big drop in temperature. Welcome drop, I'm sure, for you guys. Henry Kosovsky, on your way back from Alaska, when you go to Nova Scotia, you're planning to go to the Cape Breton National Park? Probably. I haven't really planned that far ahead, to be honest about it. I know I want to see the Bay of Fundy, but I know there's a lot more to see there. Robert, from the podcast this morning, you should reserve a train sightseeing trip in Alaska. Yes, there are two that we might do. They are the Alaska Railroad, and we checked, and they still have vacancies. So I didn't do it yet. At the very least, there's one. Where's my road trippers here? At the very least, we're gonna do one that is it's right after Denali. It's in Talkeetna. From Talkeetna, you can take an air taxi that takes you, and it lands on a glacier. I think that's what it is. I've done so much research right now. I don't know exactly, but in Talkeetna they have the Railroad Hurricane turn train, and we're gonna at least do that one. So much. What's wrong with my? Oh, here it is. No, what happened? I have too many windows open. I'm sorry. Here we go. 669 of you watching on my way back from Track Rock at Blairsville. That's a good campground. I hope you enjoyed that area. They have great wineries around there too. And Natalie Driscoll, I have a friend from Cape Breton. He owns a hostel. Would love to make it there. Next trip, maybe. And Cajuns across America. You're gonna need a Canada sticker map for the RV. Yeah, I haven't bought a US one yet, but yeah, I need to. Actually, I already have a Canada sticker map. I bought it for my 2020 trip. That never happened. So I have to look for it. It's somewhere around here. So yeah. Angela Black, happy Friday from chilly, rainy Pennsylvania. Excited to follow your Alaska trip. Bucket list for me someday. Yeah, this is bucket list for me too. Let me tell you. Um, are you going to Nunavut? You know that name. That name rings a bell. Nunavut. Nunavut, Canada. And Google doesn't even know where that is. Yeah, it doesn't show me on the map. Why? But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go there. No, Nunavut. You're talking about that's a region. No, no Nunavut. I would love to go to Tuktoyaktuk if I can. That's in the I believe in the Northwest Territories. But no. Are you stopping in Banff? Absolutely, yes. What do you do about the house and utility bills when you are gone for months at a time? I pay them online. And you just gave me a super chat. Thank you, Mark Drennan, for that super chat. Yeah, I pay them online. There's certain things that you have to pay. I mean, Brian is here in the house for the most of the time here while we're gone. So, yeah. I mean, I still need to pay for internet here and the power and water. You know, regular. You know, same stuff. We're here half the time, so bring lots of bug spray. I have the good stuff. I have this, and I made a mistake, and I bought them on Amazon, and they sent me like 10 of this. So if you guys need any Repel 100 DEET, let me know. Yeah, well, a couple of years ago, I bought like the organic, environmentally friendly stuff. You know, like natural. They laugh at you. Bay of Fundy is unbelievable as the tide comes in. The surfers are challenged. I went there on the way to Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. I would love to visit the Bay of Fundy. So, Yukon stop on the way to Prudhoe Bay is really good. Yeah, I've stopped at that. It's right after you cross the bridge. I mean, I remember that trip we took on the. By the way, I forget I have another camera. That trip we took on the Dalton Highway. It's like it was yesterday, back in 2010. And there's also the 5 Mile Airport. They have a good place there. They have good burgers. So. The mosquito is the state bird of Alaska. I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. I remember them mosquitoes and they have some black flies that are like this big. A bulldog for you 559. Thank you for that super chat. What age did you discover you were able to sing? I like to sing from a very early age, but I didn't really sing professionally solo until I was in my 30s. But I did background vocals. Yeah, I always liked to sing. I had my guitar in school back in the day, and yeah, used to sing. Jean Lavoie, thank you for that super chat. Gas money for your trip. Best wishes to you and Ili. Thank you so much. And yes, we're gonna need a lot of gas money for this trip. Adventures with Belle and Livy. Thank you for the super chat. Have fun on the Alaska trip. Greetings from the Royal Caribbean Jewel of the Seas. 300 miles to the Azores. Are you doing like a transatlantic? That would be awesome. That's something that I would love to do. Let me tell you. Sandra Winters, traveling robot. When are you going to Alaska? From Sandra Winters. I said it's gonna. I'm gonna begin in late May, and it's gonna be like 3 months. And I don't have the exact dates for everything yet. I kind of have it like, you know, plus or minus 5 days. Fernando Ferrer, the Alaska trip sounds amazing. Have you been to Nova Scotia or Prince Edward Island? What is the map you use to plan your trips? Thank you for your videos and information. Thank you, Fernando. I use Road Trippers. That's what I've been using for a long time. And now they are part of that RV Live suite of apps. But I've been using Road Trippers for at least 10 years. Alan Chitwood, the super sticker. Thank you so much, Alan. And hopefully next year we'll be able to visit you there in California. California love. Chef Alex at large. As a fellow South Floridian, I understand the congestion here. Now that you have seen so many places, how do you feel about Miami-Dade? If home base could be anywhere, where would it be? I don't know if at this point, if I ever go, and hopefully I will, if I would have like one particular home base, one place that I love, because every place has its pros and cons. Miami's stressful. It's a very stressful town. Everybody's stressed out in this city. It's incredible, especially when you come from like the Midwest or even Georgia. I mean, not counting Atlanta. Atlanta is its own thing. But like in Georgia, you come to an intersection, the other guy goes like, "Yeah, go pass." In here, they cut you off and they don't even put the blinkers, so you don't know where they're going. It's one of those things. It's Miami. It's Miami after all. What can you do? Jim in DC put Starship and Mini 24 on the ship. That'll be a heck of a cruise. That'll be a heck of a cruise. Actually, I want to go to Alaska again in a couple of years, and if and when we go again, I want to take the Marine Highway so we can visit Juneau, the capital. Eventually we're gonna visit all the capitals, right? James Nolan, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm gonna start wrapping this up. I didn't realize we've gone overtime here. No wonder I'm like, ugh. By the way, it says here, celebrate the first super chat from James Nolan. So thank you for your first super chat. And Bulldogs for you 559. Thank you for the super chat. Robert, best of wishes on the road trip. May God bless you always, my brother. I can't believe it's only like 3 weeks away that we're gonna depart for this trip. Mr. Robato, traveling Robert, agree with the Miami traffic rules. Had the same experience a few months ago. Blinkers are a sign of weakness, apparently. Yeah, because you cannot let the other guy know your intentions. He might not cut you off and not let you. This place is one of a kind, man. And Alan Shiro, try Philippines traffic. Actually, I'm Philippines, and I was watching. Actually, I've been watching A plus K. They've been to Vietnam, and apparently Vietnam is also like, but it flows. It's one of those places where, Philippine traffic is much worse. Yeah, I know around the world, but around the world there are far worse places. And even Guatemala comes to mind. I've never driven there, but I've seen it. As far as the United States is concerned, Miami is legit. It's up there. Adventures of Bill and Livy, another super chat. Thank you. Yes, transatlantic cruise, then to Rome, to Venice, on another cruise. Man, I would love to do that. I'm thinking if next year, and we do want to go to Europe next year, if we can make that journey on a cruise ship, like on one of those, what they call it, repositioning cruises, I would love to do that. Everyone is from everywhere in DC. You never know what you'll see on the road. That's true. There's always that Miami driver that cuts you off. I know. The middle finger is our blinker in the DMV. And Brody, it would be good to see Minitini on the ice. I cannot make any promises, but we're gonna try to do that. Are you bringing your e-bike on this trip? Probably not, actually. I probably not gonna bring the e-bike. I might bring the inflatable kayak, so we'll see. My taxi driver in the Philippines said, "I kill you" to someone that cuts us off. Yeah, I know that feeling. It's from. How often are you going to be updating your locations in Alaska? We are headed that way in early June. Well, we might run into each other up there. Harkout, I don't know. Harkout Royer, hi Robert, how's your leg doing? All the best to you. I'm like 90%. I can't run yet. When I try to run, it hurts. But I've been walking every morning, at least a mile. I did 2 miles the other day, and it started to hurt on the way back. Mike M, thank you for that super chat. Will you be able to close out with North to Alaska by Johnny Harton, please? Bon voyage to Alaska. No, I don't know that one, but we're gonna do a mini titty lounge before that trip. Dylan Reynolds, how's your leg doing? It's doing much better. Actually, I had a setback when we were picking up Minitini for a couple of days. It was pretty bad, but it's I think now it's getting better. Oh, will you run if a bear is chasing you? No, I have some bear spray. Actually, I'll still run, but I don't know. Will they let me take the bear spray into Canada? That's a good question. I have to do some research on that. In any case, everybody, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. It's been so great chatting with you guys. 640 of you still watching. Actually, 635 it says now. I have 2 counts. I don't know exactly what the true count is. Vagando everywhere por todos lados. Maybe you run into a poor chaps from Furgo en Ruta. They're going to Alaska. Not as annoying as Totalmente. Totalmente is not annoying, man. I think they're fun. Do you know Alaska is a dry state, so no brewers. So we have to stock up on beer. Love the Minitini. I think Minitini 4 is gonna be my favorite. Believe it or not. Now that we are like getting it. Actually, this is the one besides Minitini 1. This is the one that I'm modifying the most, and yeah. And Douglas K, thank you for that super chat. Thank you. I know what you did last summer. We just bought a Winnebago Mini Flex 2306 BHS. That's the big one. We have to share notes. What do you think of your Flex system? Looking at your videos, it's good. The Flex system is a good base to start with. I would double the battery capacity, and I would max the solar as much as possible. But other than that, and I don't know how you feel about 12-volt refrigerators. In my honest opinion, if you want a boondog for a long time, maybe a propane refrigerator would be a little more efficient. But if you have enough battery and enough sun, it doesn't matter. Anyway, and with that, oh man, you guys keep commenting and you're not gonna let me go, are you? Me and my granddaughter love your show. We watch you and sing your song. It's very popular in our house. Have a wonderful trip. Thank you. Don't take any sprays. Canadian Border Patrol will hassle you. You mean I'm gonna have to spend another $80 on a bear spray in Canada? Well, Anyway, what is it now? 7-Eleven. Well, we have to get something to eat. And I still have to come up with a Canada song. Oh, by the way, Desert Rain, Bob Leach. In a couple of days, there are gonna be two new songs on all the places where you can listen to my music on Spotify, Apple. I am releasing a. No, this is very strange. What's going on here? Something very strange is going on with my computer. So weird. Anyway, yeah, another California road trip and a Sandstone Dream are coming out on Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere else. So let's do a little bit of Desert Rain and then Desert Rain, wipe away the mud, though it'll drain. Desert rain all turns into dust, but it'll rain. And the wash turns into a creek for a split. And the flowers grow far away. In the desert rain I sit. I'm riding in my RV wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV, yeah. I'm go riding in my RV wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Enjoy. For those of you in Philippines and Australia, good morning, Saturday. And I'll see you next week. Same time. We might be at Pelicamp. I don't know yet. All right, everybody. Bye.